Okay, Munif, so welcome back.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you here. So, I would like to just discuss with you what do you think about AI? Is it actually helping humankind or leaning towards the negative side a bit more?
Okay, so let's be honest. There are a lot of advantages of AI that we cannot ignore. Like ignoring it is just being an ignorant. So, but we also can't pretend there are not the negative sides of AI as well, such as people becoming too dependent on it and people losing their technical skills. Like they're not thinking anymore. Everything is AI. You want to do 2 plus 2 and it's AI. Everything's AI.
Well, I agree with you. Even I use ChatGPT to calculate my any simple mathematics. But I would say that in the broader sense, AI is helping me as a person much more than any other tools ever did. You see, when I have any rudimentary task, like for example, I've been given a task to sort some Excel sheets, Excel data sheets. I use Gemini AI, I use ChatGPT, I use Claude. These tools has helped me focus on the important work much better, right? So what do you think about that?
I think it's just a way for companies to pay you less for making you do more work. So that's what I believe. Think of the job displacements that's going to happen because of AI. So many people, so many useful abilities and skills are not going to be needed anymore because of AI. Think of video editing as well as graphic designing. Everything is becoming redundant because of AI. And it's industries that are dependent on it. Think of all the training centers in Bangladesh that teach people how to do graphic designing as well. Everything is going to go out of business simply because of the access to AI.
I do agree with that, but in a sense, like my point was that the students who are using AI as a tool instead of completely depending on it, they are gonna improve their lives even better than the people who are using it as a like the source of everything they know. For example, like when I use AI, when a student of graphic design uses AI, he uses it to get inspiration. He uses it to get much better understanding of the design, of the themes, of the colors. This was non-existent before. Like if you think about it, even before the generation of AI, people used Google searches, people used images, put other people's portfolios to get an idea, to get a generalization of what they are going to design. But using AI, I think that has become much easier, don't you think?
Well, if you want to talk about image inspiration, you also have to talk about the copyright aspect of the whole thing. So a lot of it comes down to how it is used. For example, if you're only using it for inspiration, the copyright aspect is irrelevant. But if it comes to it, where you're taking someone else's work, just putting an AI filter on it and using it as your own, that's when you're going to have the main problems. Like think of all the misinformation issues that are happening because of AI. Think of all the easily made deepfake videos that are coming around from presidents saying this and then religious leaders saying something else. So this is something that cannot be ignored as well.
Exactly. I guess I can also agree in that aspect. So let's move forward a bit. Let's talk about healthcare. You see, AI is being used to identify cancer cells even better than any experienced doctor ever could. So that is beyond my imagination, right? Now, the thing is, AI can be used in both ways, for good and for bad. For example, the thing about healthcare, the thing about education, AI is being used as teaching assistants or note takers. They can explain complex topics to the students in simpler ways, right? So I would assume that AI is helping humankind in a far better way than any tool has ever did. What do you think?
Well, I have to agree about the medicinal aspect. For example, how much it has helped in identifying cancer cells. That is not something we can ignore. It's very useful. It's very helpful to the humanity, like as a whole. Uh, but before we end, something I want to talk about that
Sure.
is when a product is free, you are the product. Think of all the training that is being done with your data. Think of all the millions and millions of people that are now using AI on a daily day-to-day basis. Think of their data that is being used to train the AI even better so we can replace more humans. So I think overall, currently as it goes, and the environmental aspect of it as well, with water wastage and everything, I believe for now, humans are not ready for AI.
I agree with you on that aspect. I also think that governments should follow proper legislations for controlling these data centers, the amount of power they are taking, the amount of water and environmental damages they are doing. I
Yes.
believe that as a person, as an individual, we should also be concerned about how much we are including AI in our day-to-day lives.
Exactly,
Because
exactly.
we shouldn't focus on AI fully. We shouldn't fully get dependent on a tool which is so uncertain, which is just so new.
I agree. I agree. Like 2 + 2 = 4 does not require you to use a pool of water. That's what I'm saying. You know?
Yeah, exactly. I guess we can both agree on that, that AI is basically good and bad, depends on the user. And hopefully we as a human, we humankind, we will be able to properly use AI. And in the future, we will hopefully be great for the environment, and it will probably use as an invention instead of dependency.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you for being here. It was a great talk with you.
Thank you for having me.